Yes, yes, yes. Welcome everyone back to some Extra Thirsty. It's your boy Papa Solio. We got 5 on the motherfucking clock, and we got some Sasha Rose, 67. You're just two numbers away from a cool screen name, but it's probably when you were born or something. 69. Come on, 69. Come on, 69. Come on. No? No one? No one? No one, fam? All right. Well, Sasha says loving your body because it's thin is not loving your body. Now, this is a post from a couple months ago, but still fresh. Still fresh. It's at the beginning of the vid. This is the beginning. This is March 17th. So this is right before everything shut down. So you can see, like, sometimes I like taking Twitter posts from different time frames because it just goes to show you how the conversation hasn't changed, or it's even worse now than it was, or it's the same. Remember how I did one the other day where it was like a year ago? Yeah, legit. Legit. Like, this is not different than it was in 2019, 2018. It's just more prominent, more accepted. This is more bullshit. All right? Loving your body because it's thin is not loving your body. You see how this vague? Okay. Vague language. You can throw it around because it's open to interpretation. Loving your body because it's thin is not loving your body. What does thin mean? Can someone define thin for me? It's the same thing as fat. How do you define fat? Right? Unless you're talking about the actual element on a chemical level. This is what fat is. 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. 1 gram of protein has 4 calories. 1 gram of carbs. And what's thin? What does thin mean when it comes to a person? Oh, well, BMI is white supremacist. BMI was made by the white man. BMI was made by a white thin person. Blah, blah, fucking blah. So these words are vague for a reason because there's no fact behind it. We're just talking about feelings. We're just talking about just general social bullshit. You know what I'm saying? These social justice warriors just want to complain, playing the victim. This is the game. It's like 9D chess. It doesn't make sense. This is the moving target that will constantly move and constantly not make fucking sense. This will never make sense. You understand? This will never make sense because they don't want it to make sense. If you get factual, their arguments just crumble, destroy, disintegrate because there is no argument. There is no sense to be made. Loving your body because it's thin is not loving your body. Well, what do you call thin? What about healthy? What about taking care of yourself? What about taking care of your fucking body? Would you call me thin? I'm muscular. I guess I'm not fat. Thin? I don't think you should be a rail thin. You could be too thin too. You need to have some muscle mass. You don't want to be a skin and bones and just be flat and be skinny fat. No one fucking wants that. And how you look doesn't relate to your health always. And even if you're overweight a little bit, it doesn't mean that your fucking blood panel is crazy. It doesn't mean that you have imminent diabetes and imminent heart disease. What it does mean, and this is what most people don't like to talk about, when I say fat is bad and being obese is bad, yeah. Are you going to die today? Not necessarily. That's why mukbangs and stuff like Nico Cotto are long-term snuff films because it puts you in a higher risk category. Okay? Loving your body because it's thin is not loving your body. Because it's thin? What about if you love your body, you take care of it, and you just happen to be thin? Hating thin and hating people that are thin is the same thing that these people are trying to make it seem like thin people are doing to fat. So fat people that are demonizing thin and loving your body because it's thin is not loving your body. You do realize that you're using the same mindset and the same argument that you're saying that thin people have against fat people. You're not liking people and you're going against what people believe when they're thin, but it's okay to be fat. So you're demonizing thin because you want to justify being fat. You're creating an us versus them false truth, a false narrative. This doesn't exist. You're making a false enemy. Loving your body because it's thin? Who the fuck are you to tell who can love their body? I'm using objective truth that, if you're fat, you're in a high risk category. Okay, you can love your body, right? I say it all the time. You can love your body. That's subjective. If you think fat is beautiful, that's on you. That's your thought. That's your idea. That's what you think in your head. but doesn't mean you're at a lesser risk for diabetes because you're at a greater risk for diabetes. Facts over fucking feelings. Just because you want to be okay, just because you want to be 300 pounds doesn't mean that nature is going to treat you kindly in the long run. What are your thoughts? Drop a comment down below. Smash the fuck out of that subscribe button. I'll see you next time for some more Extra Thirsty. Peace.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's the bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint. We go hard in the paint. What the fuck is you saying? What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing?
My shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children pop.